The amendment's adopted. Mr. McGowan, please read floor amendment 150.
Amendment 150 at House Bill 1284 by Senator Romer. Amend regross bill page 37, strike line 15 to substitute
Senator
license. 150.
It's 5-0. Senator Spence.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Amendment L.150. Members, this is an amendment that provides for an optional premise license to grow for edibles. It adds that a license cannot sell any of the marijuana that it grows to the public, and the license cannot be used, that the license can't use more than 5 different centers in the production of the product that they use for edibles. That's the amendment. I ask for an aye vote.
Senator Romer.
Yeah, this is a good cleanup on the bill, and I'd also ask for an aye vote.
Question is the adoption of floor amendment 150. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The amendment's adopted. Mr. McGowan, please read floor amendment 174.
Amendment 174 to House Bill 1284 by Senator Penry. Amend regross bill page.
Penry? I don't know if we need 174 after the previous action.
174. Withdrawn.
Senator Penry has withdrawn the amendment. That's it, I think. To the bill.
Thank you.
Senator Romer.
Thank you, members. And, you know, let's be clear. The great thing about this debate is in a bipartisan format, we have brought this debate out of the shadows. We have brought this to the point where the chronically ill in Colorado are going to have safe, affordable access to medical marijuana. I've said from the very beginning, let's not let perfection be the enemy of the good. This is a good bill, although Senator Penry may have made it slightly less good, and we'll have to figure out how do we figure that out. Now, and we'll work on that both on a cow, and it looks like now we'll be having a joyous conference committee here shortly. So, members, I appreciate all the hard work. I want to also thank the stakeholders. You know, to be candid, both Senator Spence and I have taken a little verbal abuse, but that's actually not my best memories of the bill. My best memories of the bill were not the verbal abuse, the death threats, and the other parts of the bill that we got. My favorite part of the bill was Senator Spence bringing the chronically ill patients onto the floor, which is really the time that we turned this bill. This bill was really turned around by bringing legitimate chronically ill people who really had life-changing experiences when they went from 6 OxyContin down to 1, if not none, in a given day. So I am very excited about the fact that at some point Colorado is going to be a leader in really truly getting evidence-based medicine, because there's something more than anecdotal going on here. There are clearly people, whether it's seizures, whether it's nausea, whether it's pain, and whether it's glaucoma and eye pressure, there's clearly something going on in the 73 or 173 cannabinoids. I'm now confused how many there are. There's something positive going on here. My challenge with this is that at some point we have to create the regulatory environment to allow it to be safe within our communities, and at some point we truly have to get evidence-based medicine and to make sure that we can truly separate recreational use from medicinal use. And I think that will be one of the long-term benefits of House Bill 1284. And I appreciate all the hard work, and I particularly appreciate the fact that Senator Spence hung with me and was willing to start my car when I was afraid. And we greatly appreciate the partnership that we had together. And it's also been, in a tough session, this bill actually has provided a slight amount of livelihood, and I really appreciate the support. And I want to also particularly thank my aide, Marcy Dill, who did an enormous amount of work, and I think you can attest that almost there wasn't a day in this session that we didn't have a group of medical marijuana advocates in my office pushing their position, and to the best I could, I listened to them, and I'm proud of the work that we've done, and I'd ask for an aye vote.
Senator Spence.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, in the year 2000, voters did not approve the legalization of marijuana. I didn't vote for it. They didn't vote for legalization. But that's essentially where we're on our way to right now without this bill. I think this bill is going to go a very long way in putting some controls over what we have going on right now. I have to tell you that I was in California last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and I went to a number of dispensaries on Venice Beach, if you could imagine. Santa Monica doesn't allow dispensaries. Venice Beach has a Kush Palace, a Kush Clubhouse, you know, every 100 yards. And I went in and I visited and I talked to them. And I found out what's going to happen in Colorado if we don't get this situation under control. And Senate Bill 1284 will go a long way to regulating exactly what needs to be regulated. And so it's been joyful to be part of this project, because before a couple of months ago, I didn't know anything about marijuana. I'd never been to a dispensary, and now I'm, you know, sort of a self-proclaimed expert. And I'm telling you, what I see out there is not pretty. I would ask for an aye vote on 1284, and let's get this on its way to being regulated and licensed as it should be.
Senator Romer.
Thank you. And for those members who have a medical marijuana card, now is your time to take your 17C, so please come on down.
The question is the adoption of House Bill 1284. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. No. House Bill 1284 is adopted. Senator Morse.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that we lay over the balance of the second reading calendar.
You heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The balance of the calendar will be laid over. Senator Morse.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
You heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion is adopted, and the committee will rise and report.
Thank you. Senator Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has had one bill under consideration. Mr. McGowan, please read the report.
May 5th, 2010. Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has under consideration the following attached bill. Begins the second reading thereof, makes following recommendation thereon. House Bill 1284 as amended, passed on second reading, order revised, placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1271, House Bill 1352, House Bill 1278, House Bill 1131, House Bill 1214, House Bill 1250, Senate Concurrent Resolution 1, Senate Concurrent Resolution 3, House Bill 1209 later until Thursday, May 6th, retaining their place on the calendar.
Senator Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the adoption of the report.
There are amendments on the desk. Mr. McGowan, please read Committee of the Whole Amendment 1.
Amendment 1, amendment to the report of the Committee of the Whole. Senator Kopp moved to amend the report of the Committee of the Whole to show the following step and floor amendment. Amendment 162 to House Bill 1284 did not pass.
Senator Kopp.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Committee of the Whole Amendment 1. Colleagues, this is the amendment that dealt with the hours of operation. The question was, should it be a decision that can be made at the local level, or should it be a statewide standard that is applied? So passage of this amendment and I vote on this amendment will bring it to a statewide standard, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and ask for an I vote.
Senator Romer.
Thank you. I would support this. And members, I want to be clear about this, because some of you were really concerned about affordability as well as access. The staffing levels that we propose, which then drive the fees, is based upon the hours of operation. So if we don't have hours of operations, they're going to have additional fees, additional staffing. So, and I'm just telling you what the department emailed me over lunch. So